Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Maseches Eiruvin, Perek Vav, Mishnayos Chet and Tet. Mishnah Chet states, Chamish Chatzeros Psuchas Zulazu, Psuchas Lamaboy, Eruv Chatzeros Linshat from Maboy, Mutar Chatzeros Asur Maboy. The Gemara says Psuchas Zulazu is not Dafka. You should really take that out of the Mishnah. Because if they have entrance to get from one Chatzer to the other Chatzer, consider one big Chatzer, so there's no Chiddush over here. So you have 5 chatzeros. Let's say you have 3 houses per chatzer, and you have 5 chatzeros. You have 15 houses, 5 chatzeros, and they're all open to a street, a side street, a mavoy. It's not big enough to be a Rosh Hashanah. It's considered to be, less than 16 amos. 600,000 people don't pass by. Eruv chatzeros l'nishaf mavoy. All the people in these houses did an eruv chatzeros, but they didn't join together to mishtatef in the mavoy. Right? They have to do 2 things. They have to join to be the chatzer, right? Every group of 3 houses has to join together so they can each carry from their house into the chatzar. And also, the 15 houses, they all want to carry into the mavoi, they have to make a shituv and abos. So if they only made a chatzeros, they can go into the chatzar, they can't go to the mavoi, obviously. In the shatfu mavoi, let's say they did join together in the mavoi, and the Rabbi Bartanura, and he adds also that, of course, they did every chatzeros also, so then obviously mutar and kan, they go both places. Eruv chatzeros and shatfu mavoi. Let's say all 15 people did Eiruvei Chatzeros, but one of them forgot. Only 14 people did Eiruvei Chatzeros, but they all the houses were Mishtatef in the Mavoi. So if it's just one person, Mutar and Kan V'Kan, the Rabbanon were Makel over here. Since Eiruvei Chatzeros only the Rabbanon over here, and the whole concept of Eiruvei Chatzeros is that you shouldn't come to carry from Shayachah to Sharabim, because a Chatzer and a Mavoi are places which are public places, even though they don't qualify midaraisa, they're Sharabim. Chazal wanted to make sure that people didn't get confused and carry from Shechem to Sharabim. So one house not doing it, people are gonna realize the rest of them did, and people aren't gonna forget about the concept of Eiruvin, and they're not gonna forget the concept of carrying Shechem to Sharabim. However, name Maboy, let's say one of the people of the Maboy, one of the 15 houses forgot to join together Shadum Abuz, but only Shatim, Mutar Chatzeros Vasur Maboy. Even if only one person does not join together in Shtuvim Avos, the Rabbanon goes there. Why would the Rabbanon goes there? Presumably there goes there because Mavoi is more serious. Even though a Chatzar is a public place, a street is more public than the Chatzar. So therefore, even if one person of the 15 houses that are, joined in the street, on the street together, that ruins everybody. So they could all go to their Chatzar, but they can't carry it to the Mavoi. None of them, because Chazal were Makmer in that case. So you shouldn't come to carry from a Shliachah to Rosh Hashanah. Tet, Shei Chatzero Zu Lifnim Mizu. Let's say you have a bunch of houses, you have 5 houses, you have some development or something like that, and they have 2 yards. They have an inner yard and an outer yard, right? So Erva Pnimis will Erva Chitzono. Right? They join together, these 5 families, these 5 houses, they join together, they made Erva Chatzeros, but they designate Erva Chatzeros only for the inner courtyard and not for the outer courtyard. Haptimis mutaras achitzonos. They can get to the inner courtyard, so they can go into the inner courtyard, but they can't carry stuff to the outer courtyard. Hachitzon of lo pnimis. However, if they only made an eruv for the outer courtyard, shteyan asuras. You can't even go to the outer courtyard because you have to get to the outer courtyard. You have to go through the inner courtyard, and you can't go to the inner courtyard. So they're both asur. Eruv zul la'atzma, bezula atzma. Right? They made an eruv chatzeros. They made 2 eruv chatzeros. One eruv, the 5 houses combined eruv chatzeros for the pnimis, for the inner courtyard, and one day Chatzera separate for the outer courtyard. So Zumuteres and Ne'atzba, Zumuteres and Ne'atzba. So they're both mutter. I mean, it's just another way of saying it. They're both mutter. But the reason it says that Zumuteres and Ne'atzba is that if, for example, there was one person who forgot Eiruvei Chatzeros in one of them, or the Eiruvei Chatzeros was ruined or realized that their Eiruvei Chatzeros was puzzle, they didn't have the money to give, or it got rotten or something like that we'll learn about. So then the only Eruv that is valid is the one that's left, right? And if the one that's left is the Chitzona and the Pnimis is not, then you can't get it. Both of them are also. Rabbi Akiva Osar Chitzona, Shadrisus Aregalo Sarta, Chumra Mein Drisus Aregalo Sarta. Rabbi Akiva has a Chumra that if they did an Eruv together, for both the Pnimis and the Chatzar together, one Eruv for both of them, so then Rabbi Akiva says, right, you can use both of them. However, If you made separate Eiruvin for both of them, so therefore Akiva has a chumrah because each of them are separate Eiruvin. So therefore, um, obviously the Pnimis is okay because they had one, because they're separate, so therefore you need one to get to the other one, so you can't go to the outer courtyard. Akiva said, "Chama injuries are regular." So the Chum saying no, both they made separate areas. Yes, they're separate areas for both the inner and the outer courtyard, but at the end of the day, both of them were taken care of, and we possibly the Chumim that even though they're separate and there's a possibility of one of them getting room, we're not choshish for that, and you can carry to both courtyards without any problem. Hope you enjoyed today's share. Stay tuned for Iyom Mitzion, where we discuss the Mishnayos further.